Hello, Cherie Hanson here. As I was sitting meditation this morning, the downloads were coming in so fast. my switchboard was all lit up. Yeah, all the circuits were just firing, and messages were coming in, and phrases and memories and fragments of the lost past were drifting across my vision. But the main thing that happened was I got a central image theme. Because if we're making this movie, we need a central image theme. And it was of a person who was caught in a hurricane, and they were holding ferociously tight onto a tree branch to keep from being blown away. And then I got the idea of when we clutch for control, what we're doing is we are stopping our growth. When we're trying the hardest to control our lives, and what I mean by that is not our decisions or our choices of actions. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the completely insane, mad, delusional sense that if I don't control everything in my life coming at me, then I will be swept away in the hurricane. But the truth of the matter is that the more we hold on to the control, the more that we fear change, the more that we look to the outside world to tell us where we are and who we are and how well we're doing. Oh, that performance evaluation is coming in from people all around you, a random neighbor, the dog across the street, did he growl at you? What are you doing wrong? What are you doing wrong? You're always looking for that. And what I could see was this sense that sometimes we have to let go of the branch, be swept away, be carried by the wind, to land in a new place. And that's where we are right now. Tonight is the full moon. It's a very powerful full moon. We are clearing so many years of entrapment, enslaved mentality, and the sense that the only way we can ever survive is if we're standing in a herd, as if we can be stamped normal, average, lacking power, someone who is reliant on the outside world to protect them. And that is such a 3D, such a tiny, tiny, tiny person's point of view. It's like an 8-year-old, a 7-year-old, because we know there is no protection. We came to Earth to live on Earth and to die because we're in a body. And that's the long and the short of it. We cannot prevent death. We cannot prevent whatever the lessons are that are coming in. And it's actually insane to think we can. Really, you should just be locked up. You think you're going to avoid the death and taxes and divorces that come in life. And so what also came up for me as well, which I thought was really interesting, is that we live in contradictions, and it really drives us crazy. When you get to a place you're high enough up the hillside so you have a view of your life, you can either because you're very wise when you came to the earth, you're a very wise spirit, you have a really clear view of who you are and what you're doing. And this isn't age reliant. There are 20-year-olds today that are far more advanced than I was when I was 20. There are also 80-year-olds around me who are so caught up in the victim mode, in the illness mode, in the concept that they can't change anything. And so they just don't try to open the cage door. It's not locked. The cage isn't locked. You put yourself in there. You're like, can't get out. I can't get out. No, just leave it. But how do I do that? Nobody around me who's my age leaves it. Nobody around me is becoming healthier and healthier and more optimistic and more psychic and more spiritual and more blessed. So it's not possible. So I was sitting there and it just came to me. It's like everything matters. Every breath you take matters. Every lesson that has come to you in your life matters. Every person you meet matters. They're there to teach you. They're there to show you something. They're there to help you in your growth, no matter how unpleasant their breath may be. Even if they don't wear deodorant or, they're wearing the wrong clothing, whatever is alarming you, there is something that they showed up to teach you. And the thing is that we don't understand how much actually matters in our lives. I had a thought one day about selvage on fabric. The part of the fabric that you can throw away, and it won't affect the finalized garment that you will wear. And I remember feeling very much when I was in my 20s and 30s that I had a lot of salvage. I could make mistakes. I could be just boneheadedly stubborn and keep doing the things that were making me sick and making me afraid and continuing to put me in the victim mode. It's okay. I've got lots of space here that I can throw it away. Well, I'll tell you, at 80, I know there's no salvage left. There isn't. There's nothing that is unimportant. Nothing. Every thought, every breath, every single act that you are doing is magic. It is creating. It is creating you. It is creating your world. It is creating your future. It is changing what your past is because now you have a new story. That's how you change your past. Or even, and this is my radical place, just get rid of the story. Shit happened, okay? I don't need to rewatch that Netflix series over and over again. I don't need to have on my calling card, this horrible stuff happened. I don't need to sit down at a table and have coffee with a bunch of people and talk about how horrible these things were that happened to me 30 years ago. Really? What's the point? I don't get it. The other thing that came to me just as strongly in the same image, in the same message was, nothing matters. And I was really interested to watch a YouTube video the other day about an actor whose grandmother had taught him the phrase, turn the page, turn the page. And what he meant by that is maybe you were boneheaded yesterday. Maybe you did crazy things that weren't wise. Maybe you made mistakes. Maybe you made yourself ill. Maybe you missed out on something. But you're now, right now, right now. And you just turn the page. It's like that Staples reset button. You know, I'm in a new reality. I'm in a new energy. I'm in a new life. I'm in a new intention. And what that allows us to do is that allows us to stop wearing what we think is armor. My head goes like this. Wearing what we think is armor, and it's really a straitjacket. Oh, was so. And then we're in a place where, because something strange, untoward, unexpected, lightning strike lesson came into our life, we're now in a place where we can make a label on the back of our book. Like, there's the title. This is my whole life. And what's it called? Oh, Disaster Diane. Or diorama, or dire, whatever. And so when we label things, and when we obsess on things, and when we keep carrying around the burdens of our past, we're not understanding that nothing matters. You're in now. Now is new. Let's get excited about it. What's going to happen? Just be open. And this is the thing that I'm really working on right now in my meditation, is I say, I am open. I am in surrender. Bring it in. Not like, oh God, I'm not opening that package. It could have anthrax in it. Like, just relax. Float in it. If something happens that you didn't like, or it caused you to trigger or react or feel like you're being re-wounded, you just turn the page. You're in a new story. This breath, this step, this morning, this week is new. And isn't that exciting? So may you sit under the full moon with the idea that you are in surrender, that you are releasing the past, the good and the bad, because the good was limited only by how bad you thought you were and your life was. It wasn't your upper range. You haven't hit that yet. I do want to let people know I can do a remote card reading for them. Get a hold of me. We can do, a long reading, which is about an hour, or we could do a 3-card reading. I have been reading cards since I was 20, so let me see. Oh, yeah, that would be 50 years. So I've got some experience in it, and I'm really excited to see who I'm becoming and what my life is becoming. It's really interesting. Thank you to everyone that has subscribed. Thank you to those who give me a thumbs up. I'm learning about this. If you give me a thumbs up, it helps get the message out further. It's what what I heard the other day as wicking. In other words, the wisdom I have is then allowed to flow out to other people and may make a difference in their lives and may short circuit driving around the cul-de-sac over and over and over again. How do I get out of here? And there are some of us who have managed and really want to help other people. And as always, I say to everyone who watches my videos, I really appreciate you.